Hi. Now for the last part of this question, we're given then that f of x equals x cubed plus 3x squared plus 4x minus 12, and we're told the root of f of x equals 0 is alpha. And we've got to choose a suitable interval to prove that alpha equals 1.272 to 3 decimal places. Well, with questions like this, what we do is tend to think of it like this. Or this is certainly one way, and it's the way that I prefer doing. And that is that if we had the graph of f of x, then when f of x equals 0, that's where the graph would cross the x-axis. So we've got this point alpha, we're told. Okay, let's just say that alpha is this point here. Now, we've got to prove that alpha lies then in by choosing a suitable interval, prove that alpha equals 1.272 to 3 decimal places. So for this interval, what we do is we take the lower bound of this value, and the lower bound of this value will be 1.2715. Okay, 1.2715. Let's just say that it's there. Okay, this is not drawn to scale, but that's not the point behind this. And then we have the upper bound. Now the upper bound I'm going to take as 1.2725. 1.2725. Now strictly speaking, that would round that up to the next value. So really we should be taking 1.27249 recurring, but it's not really going to affect the answer at all. So in questions like this, we do tend to take that upper value there. Okay, now what we're looking for is that if the graph, assuming it's continuous, which it is, that is, that there's no breaks in it, this graph we're hoping is going to go, say, from a positive value up here, cross the x-axis down to a negative value. Or it might be that it's a negative value crossing the x-axis to a positive value. So what we've got to find out is there a change in sign? And to do that, all we need to do is substitute these two values into f of x and check to see whether we get that change of sign. So if you were to do f of 1.2715, in other words, substitute x as that value through here, what you get is a negative number, negative 0.00821, and so on. So we can see that our graph is a negative value at this point here. So what I'm hoping for now is that when we substitute this value in, we get a positive value. And if we do that, if we do f of 1.2725, put that into f of x, okay, what you get out is indeed a positive value, 0.00827, and so on. So we can see that we've got a positive value here. So the curve must have gone through here, crossed over here, to there. That's assuming, as I say, that the curve is continuous, which it is, that there's no breaks in that curve. So you need to write some kind of summary, and I've written this, that since there's been a change in sign over the interval 1.2715 to 1.2725, and the curve is continuous over the interval, then the root alpha must equal 1.272 to 3 decimal places. Okay, so let's give you an idea then how you go about these kind of questions.